I am recording in my car right now, so sorry about all the noise and stuff. I still haven't gotten a better mic. I don't intend to for some time because I'm kind of just not able to right now. But yeah, I'd say I definitely have a problem when it comes to committing to things. Now, I'm not talking about relationships here, but I'm just talking about things that I like put on myself to do or to just to get better at. One of those things definitely was drawing. I love drawing. I still love drawing, but I don't do it as much as I used to. I used to draw like every day for hours every day. It was like the one thing that occupied most of my time, most of my free time, and it's just how like it was an amazing skill to get better at. And I haven't been really focused or committed to that because I can make up a million and one excuses as to why I can't really, I can't draw because, I'm trying to focus in school, blah, blah, blah. I have this YouTube thing. I have to make sure I focus on that. Um, all these other things. I just don't have time. I'm tired. But I shouldn't be doing that. I should be finding ways to focus on something that I know that deep down I'm very passionate about, and I become very satisfied with myself when I complete these things. And it doesn't even have to be anything major. I can just do like just fill up a sketchbook, just one page of a sketchbook a day or every other day or something like that. So that way it's like I'm not abandoning drawing completely, but I'm still practicing it, but I'm practicing it in a way that is like almost passive. So with that being said, it's like try to find that thing, whatever that is for you. From the way it seems, like you as a viewer watching this video, it might seem like I'm committed to this whole YouTube thing, and I would say that I am since I've been doing this for over 100 days. Um, so it's like the reason why I would be committed to this is because I find it to be enjoyable. I find it to be fun. So when you want to commit to something, you want it to be something that is enjoyable, not something that is easy. I'm not going to say that it is easy for me to work out every day. I'm not going to say that it's easy for me to draw every day, especially when I used to. Um, so it's like you have to find something that will be enjoyable, but also challenging, something that will give you hell, but the end result will be heaven. And there's many things in this life that we can find to do. I'm not going to tell you what it is that you can find because you're your own person. You're going to have different things. And I'm not going to tell you what you can and cannot commit to because at the end of the day, you have the ability to choose whatever it is that you want. You have free will. We're all given free will, whatever. But it's like one thing too, when you commit to something, you can't try and put your focus in many other things as well. There's so many things in this world that is enticing that can take up a majority of our time and our thoughts, and we can find to be enjoyable and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it's like we only have the ability to truly focus and to master on one thing. So you have to have specificity. So when it comes to specificity, that's going to allow you to be able to grow and develop in a single skill, you know, way farther than someone who is like dabbling and meddling in like a couple things here and there. So, example, like you want to get good at playing an instrument. So you want to be good at playing the trombone and you want to be good at playing the piano. So practicing both, practicing both is going to take away from both. So it would be best just to learn one instrument at a time. So choose whichever one is like you want to learn the most at first. So maybe you want to learn the piano the most. So you would start by just learning piano lessons and getting piano lessons, whatever, teaching yourself. Uh, and then you want to try and get close to mastering it. And then you can focus on the trombone. So when I mean master it, I don't just mean like, okay, I can play two songs on the piano. No, you want to be like amazing at it, bro. You want to be able to make your own songs. You want to play your own songs. You want to be able to play stuff by ear, maybe if you can. You want to be able to just freestyle on the piano, stuff like that, and then you can move on to the trombone. And you should treat many aspects of your life like this. Now, I'm not saying to abandon everything else and focus on one thing. Of course, there are things that we cannot neglect, which is like familial things, relationships, school, work, whatever. So if you want to commit to something, you kind of want to put majority of your focus or a good amount of your focus on that, and then everything else is like split up evenly. Kind of like the 60-40 method or something like that. 60% of your time and energy, or at least your energy, goes into this thing, and then the rest is the 40%. Divide that to however much you want to. And one thing is, when you're committed to something, you kind of walk with a sense of purpose. You kind of move differently in the world. You stand up straight. You stand up tall. You have better posture because it's like you're alive. You have a better sense of your mortality, even, because it's like, man, I have to focus on this. I have to get good at this before I die, or whatever the case may be. And that's just a great thing about focusing on something, being committed to something, because it gives you a reason to wake up every day. It gives you a reason as to why you're even doing so many things. Like even something as simple as eating. Okay, I will put this food into my body to nourish my mind and to nourish my body in order for me to have a better capacity at doing whatever it is that I love to do, right? Just something as simple as that. Even sleeping. You sleep knowing that you're going to be revitalized with energy and mental clarity in order to focus more on whatever it is that you're committed to. So I think it's just a great thing to have something, just to have one thing, at least one thing that you're going to be focusing on, right? And that could be like within a micro niche, within a micro niche, within a micro niche, right? So like music, learning music is a niche in itself. Well, I wouldn't say it's a niche, but it's a category. And then wanting to learn some obscure instrument is another niche. And then wanting to learn the specific whatever is another niche. And you want to go through that many levels to where that it's like, when you're committed to this thing, you're easily being able to commit to this the whole rest of your life, right? When it comes to drawing, there's so many things you can do. You can animate, you can illustrate, you can create comic books, whatever. And with that being said, basically, I can basically use drawing or the skills of drawing for the rest of my life. I can start painting, I can start doing digital work, I can start making vector drawings, I can start drawing realistically, I can start making a bunch of different styles, whatever the case may be. So that way it's like I can still progress in this thing literally the entirety of my life, right? Think of all the great painters and Renaissance artists, whatever. They've been doing this stuff their entire lives. They didn't just start picking up a brush and like they made the best painting in like 2 years. No, this is like their best works are literally the result of them going through all the peril and all the trauma and all the hard work that they've been doing for their entire lives. All right, Van Gogh's Starry Night wasn't his first painting. That was like one of his hundreds or even thousands of paintings before he was even considered as a real artist. So that's the level of commitment you need to have to something, to the point to where everybody else thinks you're crazy, but you feel sane doing what it is that you're doing, right? To the point to where everybody like is doubting you. Everybody's saying you can't do this, you can't do that, blah blah blah, and you shut all that out and you stay committed to something that shows that you are truly dedicated to what it is that you're doing, that you truly love and you truly have a passion to what it is that you are dedicated to doing. Also, when finding what it is that you want to commit to, it can be hard to have a reason as to why you're still committing to whatever it is, to why you're still focusing on whatever it is that you're doing. I'd say don't worry about that. With me, majority of the stuff that I've stayed consistent on, I didn't really have much of a reason as to why I was doing it. So drawing, example, I started drawing because there was like a comic book artist that came to my school and he drew like Naruto. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And he was black as well, so I think that kind of helped add to it, because it's like I can see that there's somebody that's like me, that is like, just being a creative person. But like I didn't really like have a reason. I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna start drawing and then I'm gonna go make big giant paintings and I'm gonna sell them for millions of dollars and I'm gonna go to art school, or I'm going to be an amazing animator or a comic book artist. None of those things really popped into my mind. I just drew because it was fun. It was enjoyable. And another example would be this YouTube channel, right? Like, sure, I might have the thoughts of like, oh, I want to become a big YouTuber and like make money from this. But that's an obvious thing, That's and anything you want to wish, fame and success into doing it. And that's for anything that you start doing, no matter what it is. So, like for me, it's like I'm not having I don't have a pure motivation to do YouTube or to draw because I want to make a lot of money from it. That is not my number one thing that I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is just having fun with what it is that I'm doing, just enjoying myself, basically. Having the ability to say that I'm accomplishing something without having to feel as if I need to have some deeper reason to it. Like, one thing, I kind of hate this. Like, I don't like this at all, but it's like they want to, like, people have to have some type of deep reason as to why to do something, but it doesn't have to be like that. If you're someone with a strong gut instinct, follow it, bro. Follow it, especially when it's trying to lead you to something that is like better. Like for me, bro, like I do things based off of what I like what I'm enjoying at the moment. Like I'm not like an impulsive person. I don't just move on impulse, but there are some things in my life that I've been doing consistently for years that have been beneficial to me. That is like, why stop doing this? And it's like when I think about why I'm doing this, I'm not like, I don't really know why. I just am because I just enjoy it. I'm not like, oh well, when I was a child there was a reason why, and then it has this deeper meaning. Like, I don't know, man. I'm a simple person, so when it comes to deeper meanings and all that type of stuff, it's not something I'm super focused on. So when it comes to like being committed to stuff, don't try and sit there and like try and philosophize about like why you need to be doing this and why there should be a deeper reason. Just do it. Like, if you feel like it's the right thing and it's the best thing for you to do, just do it, dude. Like what Shia LaBeouf said. He said, just do it. Make your dreams come true, right? So, don't sit there and wait on it and be like, well, okay, I'm gonna wait to do this thing when I have the resources, or I'm gonna wait to do this when I feel that it's necessary. Like, don't worry about that stuff, bro. Start it as soon as you can. If you can start it right now at this exact moment, it doesn't matter what you have or what you don't have or what you need. Just as long as you make that mental switch immediately or as soon as possible, is you're gonna once you get all whatever it is that you need to in order to commit to whatever it is that you want to commit to, that transition is going to be much easier. It's going to be much smoother. So yeah, don't stress on all the little tiny stuff. Don't focus on all the small stuff. If there's something that you want to commit to, that you really want to focus on, that you really want to dedicate your life to, don't stop yourself, bro. Don't stop yourself from doing it, bro. Especially when it's something that is going to benefit you and even benefit others, right? Because when others see that you're focused on something, they want to start being focused. They want to start doing things that is going to benefit them. So you're going to have an impact on people when you live a better life. So don't get in the way of your own self, basically, right? So just listen to some of your instincts, listen to that gut feeling, and don't overcomplicate it. Don't overcomplicate it.